Shalom, happy Hanukkah, everyone. This is going to be Job chapter 40, and the reason why I'm going out of sequence, I was starting the book of Zechariah, but I did mention that in the Yehoshua's Tanakh channel that I would be going out of order based on certain topics of interest at particular times, and reading maybe a chapter or two or some chapters that are not exactly in sequence. And this is one time. It came up recently in a debate that I attended not too long ago, a few weeks ago, a week and a half ago or so, that the word lamo, lamed mem vav, means to them, and it's meant in the plural. And I did some research on the word, and while that is generally true, there's some 56, something like that, times that it's used. I don't know if it includes the exceptions, but there are exceptions, and very notable exceptions as well. There are times in Tanakh when the word lamo is used in the singular. And I'm not referring to the times in Noach, in Parshas Noach, when it says Knan Eved Lamo, or Canaan will be a servant to him, meaning Shem, or to Yafet, because in that case you can see it that it's clearly talking about their descendants. But these are cases when Lamo is unequivocally used in the singular. There's no way it can be in the plural, and it's in a few times in the book of Job and in Isaiah as well. So this is Job chapter 40, and this chapter will use the word lamo in the singular. So let's get started. The first verse is Vayan Adonai et Iyov vayomar. Now the Lord answered Job and said, Harov im Shaddai Isor Mochiach Eloah Ya'anena. Will one who contends with the Almighty make himself master? He who argues with God, let him answer it. But Ya'an Iyov et Adonai vayomar. Now Job answered the Lord and said, Hen kaloti ma ashiveka, yadi samti lemo pi. Behold, I am of small account. What shall I answer you? I put my hand to my mouth. Now the word there is lemo, not with the patak, with the same letters, lemo pi. This has to be in the singular because it's Job talking about himself. Behold, I am of small account. What shall I answer you? I put my hand to my mouth. That English phrase, I put my hand to my mouth, would correspond to the Hebrew, Yadi samti lemo pi. I put my hand to my own mouth. It's lemo in the singular. Okay, let's continue. Achat dibarti velo e'ene u'shtayim lo osif. I said one thing, and I will not answer, and two, and I will not add. Sounds cryptic. He said one thing and then two things, and he won't add. If he said two things, he added already to the first one. I don't know. So anyway, let's continue. Vaya'an Adonai et Iyov min sa'ara vayomar. What's interesting is that there's a ksiv, a Crete ksiv, in the word min. They use nun without a nun sofit. I wonder why that is. Okay. Now the Lord answered to Job from a tempest. He answered him from a storm, and he said, Azarna kegever chalatzecha eshalcha behodieni. Now gird your loins like a man. I will ask you, and you will tell me. Ha'af tafer mishpati tarshieni lema'an tizdak. Will you even make void my judgment? Will you condemn me in order that you be justified? V'im zroa ka'el lach uvikol kamohu tar'im. Do you have an arm like God? This is interesting. This is very interesting. Do you have an arm like God? Or do you thunder like him with your voice? Okay. What's interesting is, I didn't mention that where this lamo came from, this debate came from, although many of you may have already guessed, that mipesha ami nega lamo, for the sin of my people, he was stricken. Lamo can be they were stricken, and it also can mean he was stricken. But what's interesting is if you pay very close attention to the word zeroah, the arm of, appears in this chapter, and it appears in Isaiah 53. Mi hamin lishmoatenu uzeroah Adonai al biniglata. So we have this concept of the arm of the Lord in Isaiah 53, where it's debated hotly whether this lamo is they or singular, but it seems that it could be both. It could be both, but certainly the singular version of it refers to one particular person. It doesn't exclude it applying to a group of people. But let's look here in Job. It says, "V'im zeroah ka'el." Do you have an arm like God? What is God saying by asking Job, "Do you have an arm like God?" What does God mean by this? Okay. V'im zeroah ka'el lach u'vikol kamohu ta'im. Or do you thunder like him with your voice? Adena gaon vagova v'hod v'hadar tilbash. Bedeck yourself now with pride and excellence, and clothe yourself with glory and beauty. That's a little bit hard to understand. I don't understand why. Is God talking to Job now? It wouldn't make sense for God to tell him to adorn himself with pride and excellence. But it's just a question for further speculation, pondering, contemplation for future. Who is he talking to? Who is God talking to here? In verse 10. Hafetz evrot apecha re'e kol ge'ehem yehashpileu. Scatter your raging anger, see any haughty man and humble him. Yeah, verse 10 and verse 11 seem to be sort of like a paradoxical. On one hand, he's saying to bedeck yourself with pride and excellence, clothe yourself with glory and beauty, and then the next verse it says, scatter your raging anger, see any haughty man and humble him. See any haughty man and subdue him, and crush the wicked in their place. Tamnem be'afar yachad, panehem chavosh batamun. Hide them in the dust together, bind up their faces in a hidden place. This is kind of cryptic. V'gam ani odeka, ki toshia lecha yeminecha. I too will confess to you that your right hand will save you. Who is he talking to here? Who is confessing? I too will confess that your right hand will save you. Okay, we still have this concept. Whose right hand and who's saving who? I wonder if Rashi says anything here. Let's see, verse 14. Big shocker. Rashi doesn't say anything. It It's the most cryptic verse. That's when you need Rashi the most. Rashi doesn't say anything here. Okay. So, I too will confess that your right hand will save you. Okay. Hine na behemot asher asiti imach chatzir. Maybe God's saying it to Job. I confess now that your right hand will save you. Then your right hand, your Messiah will save you. Maybe that's it. Messiah is the right hand. Maybe could be Hine na behemot asher asiti imach chatzir kabakar yochel. Behold now the behemoth I have made with you. He eats grass like cattle. Behold now, his strength is in his loins and his power is in the navel of his belly. Yachpotz znavo chemo ares gide pachadav yisrogu. His tail hardens like a cedar, the sinews of his Pachadav. His balls, basically, is what it says here. The sinews, wow. Is that right? Yachpot, that's how they translate it here. His tail hardens like a cedar, the sinews of his testicles are knit together. Yee. What's that doing there? Gide Pachadav. That's how they translate it. His limbs are as strong as copper, his bones as a load of iron. His is the first of God's ways. Only his maker can draw his sword against him. Who was he talking about? Kibul harim yisaulo v'chol lechayat hasadeh yisachaku sham. For the mountains bear food for him, and all the beasts of the field play there. Tachat tze'elim yishkav, basetir kaneh ubitza. Does he lie under the shadows in the covert of the reeds in the swamp? Yisukuhu se'elim tzililo yasubuhu arvei nachal. Do the shadows cover him as his shadow? Do the willows brooks surround him? I must confess, I don't know who this is talking about. Please guide me in your truth and show me who this is talking about. I mean, do the shadows cover him as his shadow? Do the willows of the brooks surround him? Hein ya'ashok nahar velo yachpoz yiftach ki yagiach yarden el pihu. Behold, he plunders the river and he does not harden. He trusts that he will draw the Jordan into his mouth. Be'enav yikachenu b'mokshim yinkav af. With his eyes he will take him. With snares he will puncture his nostrils. Timshoch leviatan b'chaka uvechevel tashkia lishono. Can you pull the Leviathan with a harpoon, or press down his tongue with a rope? Hatasim agmon be'apo uvechoach tikov lecheyo. Can you insert a fish hook into his nose, or pierce his jaw with a barb? Hayarbe elecha tachanunim im yedaber elecha rakot. Will he offer much supplication to you, or will he speak soft words to you? Hayichrot brit imach tikachenu le'eved olam. Will he make a covenant with you? Will he take him as a lifelong slave? Hatisachek bo katzipor v'tikshurenu lena'arotecha. Will you play with him like a bird, or tie him to your maidens? Yichru alav chabarim yechetzuhu ben knaanim. Will charmers dig pits for him? Will they divide him among the merchants? Hatimale besukot oro uvitzilzal dagim rosho. Will you fulfill your desire to make a tent of his skin, or a shade of fishes of his head? Sim alav kapecha, zechor milchama al tosav. Put your hand over him, remember the battle, do not stop. Okay, this is completely cryptic. At a certain point, it completely lost me. I don't know who this could be talking about. I mean, but the point is that, I mean, all these things are, could be understood possibly, but as cryptic as they are. But I just wanted to bring that there is a case where lamo is used in the singular.